right, welcome to episode 16 of To The Crib. As always, it's your man Delix with my man Coach Bishop. How we doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Just wanted to first say thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Continue following us. Try to help us build this thing up and get more people. But real quick, before we even get into this waiver stuff, man, I just want to say happy birthday to you, man.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to let everybody know it's my boy Delix's birthday today. So make sure to show him some love.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Another day, another dollar, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're grateful to be alive and pursuing passions and all that. So today we're going to give you that waiver wire episode real quick, in and out. Give you some names you should be stashing and watching for week 5 and on. So just getting right into it. We'll start at the QB position. Coach Bishop, what you got? Anything?
Yeah, I feel like when you're right now looking at QBs in the waiver wire going into today and trying to put in some claims, if you've maybe been streaming your QB position and you kind of want to maybe just solidify and get one person right now, a great option, CJ Stroud. Right now he's only rostered in sleeper apps, saying about 53% of the leagues.
Yep.
So more than likely you'll be able to find him out there if you're looking for a QB to kind of just like lock in on.
Yeah, there's not much out there as far as QB streaming is concerned. We love CJ Stroud. That's our dude. The Texans are kind of like our darling story team this year.
Yes.
And he's been doing really well. He's throwing over 300 yards. So he's definitely someone that should be rostered on your team.
Yeah, right now he's the QB 10.
Yeah, QB 10 in leagues, and he's only 50% rostered in sleeper leagues. So get him on your team if you can. Going on to running back, not too much going on here. What you got for some running back options?
So some running backs out there that I like to see that should probably be getting rostered that aren't rostered in some leagues is I believe Chuba Hubbard's probably the number one option out there. Definitely everybody should have him on the roster if he's out there, if you want to scoop him up. But
Yeah.
Latavius Murray is another one. He's been getting a lot of love in every single game this season. He's caught at least one pass. He's getting 4 to 5 carries. He's also getting some of that goal line work as well when they get down there. And he's only rostered in about 10% of leagues. So Latavius Murray is definitely somebody that should be getting rostered. And McLaughlin as well. I mean, they're saying Javonte Williams probably won't miss any time, but if he does miss some time, then you'll be able to play him. But he's probably a great handcuff for you to kind of hold on to. And currently he's only rostered in 1% of leagues, but I believe he's better than Pirine. And you'd probably rather have McLaughlin than Pirine right now. So I would definitely probably try to snatch him up.
Yeah, on the McLaughlin thing, he's definitely better than Pirine. He is a little small dude. They do have the Jets coming up next, and Javonte Williams is probably not going to miss much time. Maybe only miss 1 week, which is against the Jets anyway. So it's going to be kind of one of those iffy ads. But like Bishop said, he should be rostered as a high-end handcuff if Javonte goes down for further more time. On Latavius Murray's side, he definitely seems to have beaten out Damian Harris. Damian Harris is non-existent right now, so he's another RB2 that should be rostered. And then Chuba Hubbard, he's only rostered on 34% of leagues in sleeper, which is crazy to me. He literally led the team in carries last week on Sunday over Miles Sanders, a healthy Miles Sanders. Well, not healthy, I should say, but still, he played a full-time slot. So they obviously are basically a 50-50 split. He should be definitely rostered. And then one last guy I'm going to mention is Deuce Vaughn. Shout out to the small rookies. He's going to get some playing time with Dowdle being out. He's looking like the RB2 behind Pollard. Again, it's just something to stash just in case anything were to happen to Pollard. And you never know. Deuce Vaughn could pop if he gets some playing time. All right.
Yeah, I mean, Deuce Vaughn's a great stash. I like that idea as well.
Yeah, we're going back to the trend of letting these rookies get a couple weeks under their belt. Around week 4 or 5, you start seeing some of them get more playing time as well. So that being said, we're going to move to the receivers. I'm going to start it off with my dude, Michael Wilson. Love that man. Dynasty, you should know all about him. Came from Stanford. He was drafted basically as the only alpha receiver on the team once they got rid of Hopkins. So right now, last week he had a great game, 7 for 70 something, and 2 touchdowns. Could be wheels up for the year going forward as the solidified wide receiver 2 in Arizona. A lot of us were worried about the quarterback play, but the quarterback play has honestly been all right, been doable. Josh Dobbs been doing all right, so you gotta stash him. He should be on rosters. Any other receivers you got?
Yeah, Tyler Boyd is right now only rostered in about 50% of leagues. With Higgins missing time with the fractured ribs, is definitely
Right.
somebody you definitely want to be targeting. If he's out there, I would think he's probably number one right there with Wilson as far as wide receivers to pick up, because he is going to be the second option now.
If only he could have better quarterback play.
Right. He needs some better quarterback play. But they say he averages about 13 plus points whenever either Chase or Higgins is in the lineup. I mean, he was getting some good love already with them. He was a solid number 3 receiver in that offense, and he easily bumps into a number 2. He would be a number 2 receiver on most teams. So he's built for this role, and he can handle this role. Wanda Robinson's another one. He had a good outing yesterday in the game. He had 5 catches for 40 yards, got 6 targets. He's only rostered in about 11% of leagues. He's definitely somebody as well that should be getting rostered as well.
Yeah, and then one last play I might think about is whoever's going to take over in Tampa Bay. Mike Evans is out with a hamstring injury, probably be out till like week 8, they're saying, 7 or 8. So you got Devin Tompkins, who actually balled out this Sunday. He had a good game. He's a little smaller, on the smaller end. In my opinion, I think they might have just gone on the fly and just used him. But they have a bye week coming up in week 5, the Bucs do. So coming in week 6, don't be surprised if Trey Palmer, another rookie, gets some playing time and more snaps as that outside receiver, along with Godwin and them. I think he will get more love in week 6 as opposed to Tompkins. But it's one of those tricky situations. Somebody should be rostered. So keep an eye on that. Moving on to tight end. We had a interesting situation in London this past week. What'd you see?
Well, Jonnu Smith, I mean, I've said it before. I feel like I would drop Kyle Pitts for Jonnu Smith if he was out there.
That's crazy.
I mean, Jonnu Smith is good.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, he is. I feel like he's the best tight end on the team. So, yeah, the Kyle Pitts situation is really a sad situation for fantasy owners.
Pour one up.
But definitely Jonnu Smith, I think, is better. But I also like Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, through the first 4 games, he's got 3 games of 6 receptions. He's hit 10 targets in the two of those games, and he has another game where he had 8 targets. Yeah. So he's definitely getting the ball thrown his way. He has not found the end zone yet, but in that offense, and they are playing from behind a lot. They're going to play Cincinnati this week. I like Zach Ertz. I think Zach Ertz, he might be due for a touchdown as well.
Yeah.
They are definitely pass heavy.
Yeah, you like the volume. You like that volume.
And he's only rostered in 34% of leagues.
Yeah, he needs to be rostered for sure. And then a couple of names that I have. Cole Kmet. It might be that time to get him back on your squad. Last year we saw this happen where he just like all of a sudden they woke up and they had this chemistry for the last little stretch of games, him and Fields. I think this week maybe could have opened something up in Fields' head. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just a shitty defense of the Denver Broncos. That probably had a lot to do with it. But Fields threw the ball a lot, which was surprising. And he looked for his guy, Cole Kmet, who ended up being wide open on schemed plays and stuff. So maybe there's something brewing here. Definitely would roster him because the tight end position is a shit show anyways. You might as well try to look for upside where you can. And then lastly, Freiermuth got injured as well. He got a hamstring injury. He'd probably be out a few weeks. You got Darnell Washington, another rookie that stepped in nicely in the preseason. He was looking good. He's a big dude. He's a big TD upside guy. But with that said, we will have Mitch Trubisky being our quarterback for the Steelers for a while. Not sure if that's good or bad. It could be good. It's one of those crutch arguments. So it's backup QB. He might look for the tight end a lot. Could be bad. Backup QB, he sucks. So I don't know how to play that one. If you're going for a deep dive, maybe you get Darnell Washington on your team. And then lastly, we're gonna look at some streaming defenses. There are quite a bit, to be honest. So just give you a couple of our favorites. What you got?
So I like the Ravens this week. I think the Ravens are a great streaming defense. They are going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. So that's definitely somebody that I like this week as well. The Commanders get to take on the Bears on Thursday Night Football. Short week for them to try to get Justin Fields ready. I feel like he already makes plenty of mistakes as it is.
Yeah.
So on a short week, it could be a great time to play the Washington Commanders versus the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that play as well. And then the Detroit Lions versus the Carolina Panthers. That's another one. When I'm streaming my defenses, I just tend to look at the defense and see who they're playing. I try to pick the defense that's playing the worst team, the team that's likely to make the most mistakes. So if these teams aren't available when you're looking out there, just kind of go through your defenses. Don't just take the top one. Kind of look and see who their opponents are and go base it off of the opponent and how you feel they're going to match up against the team and then against the defense.
Yeah, I was over joking with you pre-show, and I was telling you, hey, I might even stream the Cardinals this week against Burrow and the struggling Bengals. Mm-hmm. It's a joke, but it's actually something that could play, especially if you're in your DFS lineups and you're trying to build a lineup. Definitely reach for the bottom of the barrel on the defenses because those are the best bargain usually. Also, you got to mention the Dolphins. A lot of people probably didn't have them rostered because of the Bills game that just happened. Rightfully so. Pour one out. But they're going against the Giants this week, and we all saw what happened with the Giants this past Monday night. So I think Miami's definitely a great play here if you're interested in streaming another defense for your team.
Right. And with the Miami thing, if you're streaming defenses and you can get Miami, the good thing about Miami is you won't have to worry about it the week after either, because the week after they have the Carolina Panthers. Both of these games are at home, so you can kind of ride Miami for 2 straight weeks if you get to stream them.
Oh, yeah.
Where you have the Giants and then you have the Carolina Panthers both going to Miami.
Love that.
So that could get you through 2 weeks of streaming without having to next week sit here and worry about which defense am I using. I've already got Miami locked in for 2 straight weeks.
Love that. So that's our waiver wire episode. I'm going to do one last little segment, and this is surprise to you, Bishop.
Uh-oh.
But this is, are we panicking or not? Ready? Are we hitting the panic button for Ramondre Stevenson?
No, I'm not. I'm not panicking on Ramondre. Ramondre's had a couple games where, the New England Patriots defense, I mean, schedule's kind of been up against some solid defenses. They've already gone up against the Cowboys defense. They've gone against the Philadelphia Eagle defense.
Miami.
I'm not panicking. Right, in Miami. So I'm not panicking on Ramondre. They also played the Jets as well, which is another defense. So think about the defenses that the Patriots are about to go against that are known to stop the run game. They've already gone against the Eagles, the Jets, and the Cowboys.
All right.
And so I'm not panicking.
That's a great point that you bring up. So, buy low opportunity?
Definitely a buy low. If somebody's like maybe sitting there and they are panicking, you can go ahead and steal him.
I have Ramondre myself. I'm telling you as a personal manager, I'm panicking a little bit. I'm panicking just a little bit, yeah. But we're going to move on.
I mean,
what about Dallas Goedert? Panicking or no? Hitting the panic button on that one.
No, he's a great tight end.
He hasn't been looked at all.
Yeah, well, they have some good receivers, man, and DeAndre Swift. Maybe panic. Maybe you could even sell him a little high because of his name.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I'm not too panicking.
And then lastly, Joe Burrow, the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
Is he though?
Are we panicking on him? Obviously he's hurt, right? So he just rest and just give it over with. Just rest.
He needs to go on the bench for a little while.
Yeah,
he's talking about trying to save wins and stuff like that. But
his footwork is
the panic
horrible.
button is on. I'm trying to sell him if I can, but nobody's gonna want to buy him. So I'm out on Burrow.
Big news.
If I will give you my order of panic on the 3 guys you just said: Burrow, most panic; Goddard, mediocre. Ramondre, I'm cool.
Buy low.
I mean, I just looked it up. He's still RB 23. He's still ranked as an RB 2 after going through the schedule he's gone through.
Nice. So that's a buy low.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that does it. Episode 16 in the books. We hope you guys get all your waiver claims in. There's not a lot to spend a lot of FAAB on, so don't go crazy this week.
No.
Don't go crazy on your FAAB. But we're going to come back to you on the next episode. Probably do an episode on Thursday to preview the Thursday night football. But that does it.
Exactly. Exactly. We're going to give you Thursday night episode coming up. Get you ready for that game.
All right, guys. Well, that does it. As always, please subscribe and share the love. It's your boy Delix from my man Coach Bishop.
Thank you very much, man. Take it to the crib.
To the crib.